I got to talk about it. And I'm going to try and talk about it in a way where I'm going to be as objective and gracious as possible. But we got to get into this new Drake record, Laugh Now, Cry Later.
I don't need nothing else. Every time I'm with you, yo, it's something else. It's a fact, and it's nothing else. Got your hand out, you don't even need a help. Ooh, I don't need nothing else. Every time I'm with you, yo, it's something else. It's a fact, and it's nothing else. Got your hand out, you don't even need a help. Ooh, that's right. I don't need nothing else. That's right.
What's going on? It's Ruslan with KingsDreamENT.com. This channel exists to encourage, empower, inspire you to live out God's dream for your life. I couldn't pass this up. I couldn't pass this topic up because this is speaking to me more about where we are as a culture, where we are as fans of music, and we cover some of these topics here on the channel. Now, if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Ruslan. I am a hip-hop artist, creative entrepreneur. Been doing this channel for a while. Thank you guys for tuning in, and be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be part of the notification gang. Now, Drake got a new single out. A lot of you guys are just googly-eyed for this record. Drake is a very easy guy to hate, okay? Just keep it a buck. He's a very easy guy to hate, and I don't want to make a video hating on this record because I think it inconveniently bites and copies something that my friends created a couple years ago, which I think is actually substantially more quality music. I don't want to make a video just hating on Drake. That's not what the point of this is, okay? So I'm going to give you guys what my thoughts are. I'm going to react to this record. I'm going to give you guys some legitimate reasons of like why I think this is problematic, and you could do with it what you like. I'm not trying to win your opinion over. I don't really care, but I think this whole spiel, especially in light of what's going on culturally, especially in light of everything that's happening in music, everything that's happening with the social climate, this to me is indicative of where we are as consumers of music. This is indicative of why we can't have nice things in hip hop. This is, to me, maybe an even indication why some of your favorite artists don't put out as much music as we would like. And it is the, dare I say, the problem, the issue with Drake, who's greatly beloved, and you guys are going to hate me for this video, and I'm going to get a bunch of nasty comments and say, how could you say something about the Sixth God? He's the greatest thing to hip-hop and emotional, emo, sad boys since the second coming of fill in the blank R&B rapper, whatever. But I got into it. So this video is called Drake Copied Andy Mineo and Wordsplayed. Now, you guys are like, oh, Drake, I'll pull the cover up. Drake didn't do that. He copied LeBron James, and he's wearing LeBron James's stuff, right? So here's LeBron James. He graduated high school and when he entered the league, right? This photo right here. And folks are like, oh, well, Drake, you know, he didn't just, he didn't copy Andy Mineo and Wordsplayed. He copied this LeBron James pose, which I don't know about. And when I initially saw this, I was kind of like, oh, okay, maybe it was a coincidence. And then it was brought to my attention, this seems substantially closer than what LeBron James is doing, okay? So the same vibe, the same cover. This is Wordsplayed. This is Drake. They're both holding the ball the same way. The whole thing, right? This is just straight like the same exact pose. Very, very, very similar. But the one that's the kicker is like the actual press photo right here. Like that is, I mean, come on, right? Now, listen, I don't know Drake's heart. I don't know Drake's intent. Maybe this is a coincidence. Maybe there was some intern who wasn't getting paid a whole lot and they had a vision board and you know, maybe they pulled a little inspiration from Andy Mineo and Wordsplayed. I don't know. But I do know a few things. I do know that Drake has some awareness of a lot of different cultures. I do know that Drake, this isn't the first time that Drake has pulled from other artists. There is the Drum Cha-Cha Slide issue. You guys could Google that. Complete kind of knockoff of it, and initially Drake's song Cha-Cha Slide came off as the remake or like the cover of Drum's record, and then all of a sudden it blew up and it went away. Obviously, there's been a ton of accusations from other people in terms of him kind of exploiting dance hall culture and Afro beat. again, none of my business really, but I do know that Drake is very widely in tune with a lot of different pockets. We do know for a fact that The Weeknd wrote a lot of Drake's album. Apparently, it was The Weeknd's album that he gave to Drake. We do know that. We do know that Quentin Miller also wrote on a lot of Drake's music, specifically that mixtape. So we do know that there is a lot of pulling and inspiration and stealing like an artist. I wanted to go over the song. I'm not going to play the song because they'll just pull the content they'll content ID it and get demonetized. But here's some stuff that I think is problematic with the record. And I'll give you guys a couple different points and you guys could disagree with me. I'm not a big us versus them guy. I don't like us versus them. I don't like creating division. But I really feel like as many rappers, especially Christian rappers, who just buy into Drake and buy into Drake as this like hero, role model who just got this charisma and this charm and makes the greatest music. And then a lot of, if we're honest, a lot of folks from our community end up sounding a lot like Drake. And we end up, not all of us, but some of us, end up copying the guy who's copying a lot of other people. And then it just becomes a copy of a copy. At this point, I don't think there's any cultural relevance to what he's doing. I think Drake is pretty far removed and detached from culture. He's fairly insulated at the level he's at. So what we're getting is we're getting him pulling from other subgenres and cultures. And then we're getting folks who are on the come up, a lot of Christian rappers, copying Drake, which I think needs to stop. I think this needs to stop. I feel like every week I hear a new rapper on Fan Love Friday that I have to tell, hey man, you need to stop listening to Drake. You need to stop listening to Drake. You need to give Drake a break. You need to give, and it's always Drake for some reason. Seldom is it like Kendrick or J. Cole. It's always Drake. And I tell people, you got to stop listening to Drake. He has a lot of people's attention. He's a mega star, arguably the biggest rapper out right now. First of all, off the top, he drops a record called Laugh Not Cry Later in the middle of a pandemic. That's really another R&B, I'm an emotional guy who has girl issues in my life and I don't know how to, have healthy, normal relationships with females. Woe is me. That's the concept of the record. Let's just get that out the way. Okay, that's the concept of the record, as the concept is with a ton of Drake's music. And this is what makes him genius in a lot of ways. Is when we did a video on Logic, and I talked about how Logic was incongruent and there was some imposter syndrome. With Drake, at least you know what you're getting. At least he's very upfront with what he represents. Yet it's packaged in so much drip and so much charisma and so much charm that we gloss over what the actual messaging of this music is, right? We gloss over it and we don't really listen. We just kind of vibe, right? And I just don't think that's healthy. So let's go over this record. Sometimes we laugh and we cry, but I guess you know now, right? Baby. I took a half and she took the whole thing. Slow down. How many more rappers do we gotta lose to illicit drug use? How many more people have to die until we stop putting this nonsense into our music and stop singing along to these records, right? How many people have we lost already? How many people have OD'd, messing with pills, messing with lean, messing with this nonsense? And you got this man opening line of this record, which many of you guys are going to sing along to it. And again, I hate being the us versus now guy. But guys, out the gate, this man is talking about, I took a half and she took the whole thing. Slow down. Out the gate, this man is telling you he's popping pills. The country is in the middle of an opioid crisis. Right now, the life expectancy is down. And out the gate, this charming second coming of Will Smith, very positive, emotional rapper. Oh, he's so in touch with his feelings. Out the gate, this man is talking about, I took a half and she took the whole thing. Slow down. And you guys are going to sing along to this nonsense. Just like y'all sang along to Percocet, Molly Percocet, Percocet, Molly Percocet. Just like you guys are going to vibe out and talk about WAP. It's worship and praise. No, fam. No. This is not cool. This is not cool. Okay? This is celebrating the very thing that's killing us. This is making evil look good and good look evil. Celebrating illicit drug use while the country isn't just in the middle of a pandemic. not only is there wild racial tension and an election happening, not only is this whole thing like packaged in this very vibey way, but there's an opioid crisis and life expectancy is down. And we're all going to sing this stupid song. I take a half and she took a five, if it needs to slow down. Oh, do we need escapism that much? Is that what this is about? Do we need is life so hard that we need to escape and sing along to this nonsense that just took out? This just happened. It hasn't even been a year since Juice WRLD died. It hasn't even been a year since Juice WRLD died. And you put this in a record right now? You got kids addicted to pills all over the country. Life expectancy is down, and you put this in a record right now. What kind of responsible human does that? I get it. I don't expect spiritually dead people to act like they can see. I get it. The issue with Drake is that I know, because I'm friends with people in Toronto who were on the grassy with Drake. Shout out to my man Promise, who took Drake to church. I know Drake has heard the gospel. I know he knows better. I know he came from a mother that loves him deeply, and I know he comes from some type of moral compass. So we're going to celebrate this nonsense. I took a half and she took the whole thing. Slow down. This is line 2. Okay. Again, fire music video. Mediocre song. It's the same record, right? And he's getting out of the car, big old rims, like he's in Houston. Right? He's at the Nike. By the way, he's at the Nike employee store, the Nike compound. I've been here before. I've been in this store before. Shout out to my man Bryce Butler who got me passes here. Every time I'm in Portland, I go out here. This whole compound is really fly. So he's at the Nike compound, at the Nike employee store, which I was like, oh, that's dope. I've been there before. That's fire. Where he's in, when they say they're doing all this and that. Tired of beefing with bums. You can't even pay me enough to react. I'm reacting now, chump. Been waking up in the crib, and sometimes I don't even know where I'm at. So he's blackout drunk. He's popping pills. He's waking up at the crib. He doesn't even know where he's at. And he feels away. Because guys like Pusha T pull his card and destroy him in the ether battle. But goodness gracious, this man is Teflon Don Drake. You guys still celebrate and worship this man. A lot of you Christians. But he's waking up at the crib. Guys, he's waking up at the crib. Been waking up. He's been waking up in the crib. And sometimes I don't even know where I'm at. He doesn't even know where he's at. He don't even know where he's at. Okay, he took a half a pill. She took the whole thing. They're popping pills. He's wondering why people wanna beef with him and expose him for being a derelict father who hides his kids, from the world. But he doesn't really he hides the world from his kids, right? And all these justifications of all this wild, reckless behavior, right? Wild, reckless behavior by someone that is positioned in our culture as a role model. Please don't play that N-word song in a party. I can't even listen to that. All right, we get it. You're still in your feelings about the Pusha T song. I get it. Okay, anytime that I run into somebody, it must be a victory lap. Ooh, what a bar. Shawty coming to sit on my lap. They saying Drizzy just snapped. Distance between us is not like stores. This is a place of gap. I've seen these N-words attack and don't end up making it back. I know that they're at the crib going crazy, down bad. So on and so forth. What they didn't last. Damn, baby. Sometimes we laugh and sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now. Okay, no denying, this video is fire. That catches fire. Why do I feel away? Here's why I feel away. Especially those of you guys that are artists, right? The deception is that music is a meritocracy. That music is, the best people rise to the top. And you guys hear these words, organic, right? Oh, Drake, man, just happened organically for him. Oh gosh, it just happened organically, right? And so we have these like phrases we say, it happened organic, or wow, he was indie, right? For the artists, the independent artists that are coming up, the people that are trying to get in, they think this is a meritocracy. They think it'll just happen organically. They think that this is the best of the best will make it in. And here's what I got to tell you guys. That's just not true. This whole music thing, I'm not on no weirdo Illuminati conspiracy stuff. But this whole music thing is much closer to high school arbitrage and who made it on the prom king and queen and who's in the popular crowd than who's the most reasonable human being and who has the most efficient skill set and who is the most inspirational and hopeful people. It's more of a beauty contest and it's more of a clout game in which circles you're connected in, and it's less about meritocracy and who's actually the best rapper, right? And who's actually the best rapper. So what is it? Why do I say that? I say that because I'm concerned. I don't care if you're from outside of my world and you're watching it. I'm concerned for people in my circle, people who love Jesus and who support this nonsense, people who love Jesus and they copy this nonsense. That's who I'm speaking to. If you're not a Christian, listen, none of this stuff applies to you. Okay, you can listen to whoever, you can listen to WAP, you can listen to all that debauchery as much as you want. I don't even listen. It's not my business to judge that. I'm specifically speaking to people who are a part of this micro tribe, who keep listening to this dude, who's morally not the greatest example from just someone we should look at as a man, and then is perpetuating continued illicit drug use. How long ago did Juice WRLD die? How long ago did Lil Peep die? Right? So why am I addressing it? I'm addressing it because you guys think that he's the best and you should copy what he's doing. And you shouldn't. You should probably not listen to him because he's running around here pulling from a bunch of other artists and it's a copy of a copy of a copy. So that's why I'm addressing this. Now let's get back to this record. And then you got Lil Durk, who comes in with like the shortest verse ever. This man comes in with like, this man's verse is shorter than Travis Scott's verse on a new Kanye record. I'm in the trenches, relax. Can you not play that little boy in the club because we don't listen to rap? So here's then it becomes these like, oh man, Tekashi 6ix9ine, we don't listen to rats. He's so bad. Snitching is so bad. Yet having multiple babies with multiple women, that's all good. Objectifying women, that's all good. Talking about illicit drug use and popping pills in the middle of a freaking opioid crisis where you have rappers almost on a yearly dying from this stuff and then a bunch of kids that are imitating these rappers. It's cool. Talk about pills. That's cool. But man, Tekashi 6ix9ine, no. There we have to draw the line. There we have to draw the line. There we can't do it. Unlike the baby, just the rapper play, get stressed. And then he has this like really cool punchline. Bring Drake to the hood. Surround Drake around Drakes. Ooh, bars. I'm going to bring Drake to the hood and surround him with Dracos. Brrrah. Gun bars. Oh my gosh. And so like, guys, this is just, this is by the way, the best part of the video. This is how I felt watching this. Like I was like, yeah. You know, beast mode, straight tackles him. I thought that was great. By far the best part of the video. Again, he's in his feelings because girl broke up with him because he doesn't know how to be a 34-year-old man, how to be in a monogamous relationship and how to just, settle down and be a normal human. He doesn't know how to do it. And so he's crying about it. Because who doesn't cry about their own self-inflicted junk, right? So that's what's happening here. I took a half, she took the whole thing. Boom, more drug bars. We're now spending money on girls at the Nike store, right? So we got some good consumerism there for you guys. Drake's trying to act like he's like a real athlete, right? He's trying to act like he's a real athlete. So he's playing basketball and getting done up doing basketball. He's getting done up doing football. The whole bit, right? Notice he doesn't have his shirt off in the video at all, which, that would be, and even this angle, right? Like this Muhammad Ali, who does this man think he is, bro? This is the epitome. This is the epitome of just being completely detached from reality and assuming that because you're successful in one field that you could just kind of be great at everything else. He's getting dunked on. He's chilling in the boat. She's texting them. Typical cliche Drake stuff. This is the same. It's basically the same record over and over again. It's the same record over and over again. It's the same concept over and over again. It's the same. I'm going to juxtapose a hard street line about being a street dude with a soft line about girls and how I'm crying and I'm in my feelings. Guys, this has been done. I don't know how many Drake songs we have like this. So here's the deal. To me, this is everything that makes me never want to make music again. Like, if this is what the masses want, it's very sad. Like, it's very sad. This is very sad. This is like drug bars. We're gonna be womanizers. We're gonna be drug bars. We're gonna treat women like crap, and we're gonna cry about it. And the public's gonna eat it up, and we're gonna be completely tone deaf to everything else that's going on in the world, and we're just gonna make a very, 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 very superficial record that literally covers the same 3 or 4 concepts and content that he covers on every record. And all the Christian rappers are gonna copy it, or have a record that sounds something like this, right? So I would implore you, if you co-sign this behavior, if you like this stuff, then go listen to it. Just know what you're listening to. If you wanna advocate for more rappers dying from overdoses and more kids getting addicted to pills, if you wanna promote that, stream this song, run the numbers up. If you want to promote more misogyny and you want to promote more of this debauchery, run these numbers up. Run them up, right? If you want to create a somehow this makes you feel better, and Drake and Lil Durk are more morally superior than Tekashi 6ix9ine, run these numbers up. Run them up. I'm not losing any sleep over this stuff. And to be honest with you, this is what makes me not want to make music, because this is the stuff that you guys are into. Like, this is what y'all are into. You know what I'm saying? And this is who you guys pull from, not understanding who he's pulling from, and that he's just copying other people. You know what I'm saying? This is, and because that, this is not as hard as DMX and Jay-Z, who promoted selling weed and selling coke and killing people. This is still promoting killing people. It's just killing people through freaking pills, right? And this is killing people through getting into more entanglements, right? Getting into more entanglements, having more babies out of wedlock. These are the shenanigans that are going to deteriorate a lot of people's lives. But listen. If this is what you guys are into, keep rocking this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Keep rocking this stuff. Enjoy the escapism. But if you start wondering why nothing is changing, why the music is so much darker, it's because it's being packaged like this. It's being packaged as positive, as wholesome as Will Smith 2.0. A lot of you guys don't catch the reference because you weren't around in the 90s when Will Smith was popping. Yet it's very dark. The content is very dark. This is not... We got to stop with the drug use. We got to stop with the pill popping. We got to cut this stuff out. This stuff is not cool. It's not helping anybody. And if you're an artist, one, stop listening to this man, because you're just getting a photocopy of somebody else he pulled this stuff from. Whether it's the artwork, whether it's the beat, whether it's the cadence, right? I mean, again, just Google how many times he's bit other artists. So you're not really getting anything new from Drake. You're just getting whatever Drake got from XXXTentacion. You're not really getting anything new from Drake. You're just getting whatever Drake got from Drum, right? You're not getting anything new from Drake. You're just getting whatever Drake got from the latest Afrobeat. So why not go and explore those other palettes and really be in tune with culture? And at least you're just not getting a photocopy. But furthermore, if you want to get into music and you think this is a meritocracy, meaning you think music is about who makes the best music and that's who gets on, you got something else coming to you. You got something totally else coming to you. So this is why you guys have to think, my artists, my rapper friends, we have to think through a non-conventional method on how you're going to get yourself into the door. And it's going to be by adding some type of unique value proposition to people, engaging them in a different way, offering some type of different product or service to them, creating a community around what you're doing. It's not going to be, I'm the rapper, I'm a rapper, rap. It's about my raps. You should hear my raps because you know I rap. Like, that's not how you do it. Because those guys who can do that usually are wildly connected. They have cosigns. They come from cities where they can move around, or they have money, like Drake did, who started with some bread, started kind of with some relationships, started leveraging technology. So if you're a rapper, you have to think of a different way to get your foot in the door. You got to think of a different way to cut through and be disruptive. It's not going to be doing what these guys are doing. Don't think you could do what Drake does and Kendrick does, and this is how you're going to get on. That's just not how it works. You got to think of a different way. And I'll leave you guys with this, right? Proverbs 31 says, let me pull the verse up so I don't misquote it. You guys have all heard this, right? And this is specifically talking about a woman. Proverbs 31:30. Charm is deceitful and beauty is vain. Charm is deceitful and beauty is vain. The second part of that is, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Don't assume that someone who looks good is good. Don't assume that someone who looks good is good. Don't confuse substance with style. Don't confuse charm with character. Don't confuse talent with integrity. Don't do that to yourself. If you're a consumer, don't confuse these things. They're not the same. This is really serious game for those of you guys that are single and want to date and want to find a spouse. Don't confuse the person that looks good and think that because they look good and they are attractive, that they're good people, that they're a good person, they're a person of noble character, they're a person of integrity, they're a person of value. Okay? There's a lot of people that look good on the outside, but on the inside, there's some really problematic things here. So don't assume these things, guys. Charm is deceitful and beauty is vain, right? Don't get convoluted and think that because something feels good that it's good for you, because something tastes good that it's good for you, because something sounds good that it's good for you. You're going to go down a slippery slope. And again, I am not the all secular music is evil guy. I'm not the Illuminati guy. Y'all know me. I'm not on that. Some of you guys are like, why not, man? You should be on that. But if you see something and just because it looks a certain way, don't assume that it's good for you, right? And so this record, it feels good. It's a fun record. But the opening line is about popping pills, right? The opening line is about popping pills. It's the same premise to all of his records. Just something to think about, man. Just something to think about as you're making choice. And by the way, this isn't a meritocracy. The dopest stuff isn't always going to rise to the top. But the stuff that stays at the top, you guys get to choose. You get to choose by what you listen to and what videos you click onto. You don't think WAP should be a thing because it objectifies women and it promotes lust and all these things? Then don't click on the video. Then don't. I haven't heard the song. I have no idea what that song sounds like. And I'm not saying I'm some moral authority on these things. I'm just saying I just know what that is. I know where that road leads. Right? And it's going to be to lust. And I don't need any of that in my life. Right? So just be clear, man. Just be clear with what you're doing. And if you want to endorse this stuff, if you rock with this stuff, then by all means, man, do you. It's not my business to judge those outside of the church. It's not my business to judge those outside of the church. But if you're going to call yourself a Christian, then you got some different standards you got to hold to. And if you want to partner with what we're doing here, feel free to head over to kingsdreament.com. You could pick yourself up a politically agnostic shirt. You could pick yourself up a Yeshua's Dream shirt. We got the new John Keith album. Buy that. Go pre-order the John Keith album. August 21st. Those pre-orders really help us. Like a pre-order for us is like 1,000 streams for Drake. Okay? A t-shirt sale is like 10,000 streams for Drake, right? $20 tee. Literally, that's how that works out for us, right? So support those independent artists. Support those artists. Don't just stream their music passively on Spotify. Go the extra mile. Join some of these Patreon communities. If you notice, the King's Dream Patreon supports almost every single Christian hip-hop Patreon in the community and just other Patreons that I just rock with, right? Support these people on these platforms because we feel that support in a huge way. Like, we really feel that support in a huge way. So if you want to see more, hear me, if you want to see more hopeful stuff, amazing stuff rise to the top, if you want to see more music that reflects your biblical worldview, well, check it out, Christian. You got to put your money where your mouth is. And I'm not saying secular music is bad, don't listen to secular music ever again. I'm not saying that. I'm saying put your money where your mouth is. Support those artists. Go the extra mile, right? We have this vinyl on. We're doing 25 pieces of $100 vinyl. Got the idea from Nipsey Hussle, right? When he did the $100 album, right? So support the stuff that you really rock with. Support the stuff that you really rock with. And if you don't, then hey, do you, boo. But don't be afraid. Don't be disappointed when you have kids and the music they're listening to is even more debaucherous. Don't be confused on why these little toys on why these little toys made for kids have these wild sexual innuendos. Why there's this stuff and don't be confused about that, because this is the world that we've now created. This is the world we've created. Okay? All of us. Right? So, do you, man. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, turn notification bell on. I don't know, man. I don't know. This makes me really not want to listen to hip hop or make hip hop. That's how I feel. But then maybe out of that I should, right? Maybe out of that I should press in more and make more music. I don't know. I have no idea. But I know this. I know that 1,000 or 10,000 of you guys is enough to counter the hundreds of thousands of sheep that are out there brainlessly consuming this stuff and not even aware of what they're consuming and what they're allowing into their mental and their mind frame. I know that much. You know what I'm saying? The issue is how do we get y'all to see the value? How do we get you guys to see the value? Not in a, again, I'm not a us versus them guys type of person. I'm not a us versus them dude, but how do we get y'all to see the value in this stuff? You know what I mean? How do we get, like, really sit here and listen to this record and then read the source of who this is coming from. This is not a 21-year-old making this. Drake is in his 30s. He's almost my age. I think he's like a year younger than me. Okay, I'm 35. This is a 34-year-old man making the same records he was making when he was 21 or 19. It's the same shenanigans. This Drake's been around forever. Forever. And he's doing the same thing. And we eat it up. And I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in that there's not guys like Kendrick who are coming out to offer some type of balance. Kendrick and Cole, again, I'm not making them out to be saints. I'm disappointed that Christians keep copying this nonsense. And every week I got to tell a new freaking rapper to stop listening to Drake because they sound just like Drake. I'm disappointed that not enough of our community rallies behind our creators. The guys that these people copy from, not enough of our community rallies behind and cops the merch and buys the vinyl and supports on the Patreon. I'm disappointed. And outside of Jesus, it would make me lose hope. But because I have Jesus and because all my bills are paid and because I'm not on a label, I don't got no friends in the industry, I give a damn about any of this stuff, I'm fine. Like, just so y'all know, like, I'm going to be okay. But from a macro scale, I don't know, man. Disappointed. Give this video a thumbs up. Give it a like. And let me know what y'all want me to cover next. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Am I bugging? Am I tripping? Y'all think I'm tripping? I'm okay if y'all think I'm tripping, by the way. I'll be the odd man out on this. I'm super cool with being the odd man out. And you feel like I'm trying to hate on Drake and shame you into listening to. I'm 100% okay.